So welcome to episode 3. In this one, we're going to be going back to Feelgood Auto Works. Going to be an interesting episode because I guess we'll be having to deal with more glass, which is pick up from where we left off last episode. But also, we're going to need to remember what kind of knickknacks and all sorts of parts, little parts, hard to find parts that we're going to need to pull off of that car so that we can put them on potentially another car that we might see later in this episode. We'll continue from here. Next stop's going to be Feelgood Auto Works, and let's see what the day has in store for us today. Let's keep positive, and it's going to be fun. This is fun. This is fun stuff, so enjoy yourselves. Alright, hope you enjoy the video. We'll catch you in the next clip. Alright, we made it to Feelgood Auto Works again. The scenery here has changed just a little bit. We got a couple customer cars, but the recent acquisition is these two CRXs, and there's another couple CRXs over at the Concourse shop, which is the way nicer shop, which is where that's where all the good stuff is kept. We've got my motor here. We're gonna pull everything apart and get the tranny off and get everything prepared for us to repair this little problem right in here. Let's get this block stripped down quick and go from there. So we got the motor out. It's on the stand, ready to go over to Michael. We're going to get this here repaired. So this is, I don't know how well you're going to see on the GoPro. I'm going to punch in. But we definitely have some threads that are damaged. This hole looks a little oblong too. And then this piece of aluminum here is just completely cracked off. So he seems confident that he can fix that. So we're going to get that taken over to him and get that repaired. And then we should be able to run this bad boy. When we were taking off the flywheel, we definitely felt some good compression on the motor, so that's really good. Quite excited about that. Just a little quick overview of what we're kind of looking at here. So we've got the B18C. The complete block was rebuilt. It was rebored out. It's got B16A pistons in it, which in the Type R raises the compression to about 11.3 or 11.4 to 1, so it's a higher compression Type R, pretty much. We should come back and the engine should be all repaired. But I'm going to be yummying down on this thing here. We're going to make sure that we get every last bolt and nut and piece of value that basically is still in here. There's still quite a bit of meat on the bones that we're going to have to pick off. And we'll come back when the motor's fixed and I will be jumping into Teardown. Yeah, there's one thing that also I wanted to do that's going to be kind of a sad-ish type moment is we're taking NA's best off the engine bay, but we're gonna have to remove this from the window here. So let's pick this off and just gonna do a little of this. Get it started. And yeah, we're gonna play some shit. I'm gonna play some sad music while we peel this one off. Dang. You're going here. You're gonna live forever. Yeah. You know, we're gonna do this too. You're gonna live forever also. Yeah, you're gonna live forever. Alright. Oh yeah, by the way, we also took these bad boys off. Boom. These things only had like, I only drove with these for like 3 drives. And they're already kind of rusted a little bit, but yeah, only had these on for 3 drives. The driver's pedal, or the gas pedal is not even scratched or nothing. I mean, it's scratched now because I fucked around taking it out, but it's still nice and shiny and has. Alright, so it's another day. We made it over to Feelgood HQ. This is what I like to call the concourse shop, and I think that should be the new name that Ryan adapts for this shop, because if you look around, we've got 2 CRXs here. This one's got 40,000 kilometers on it, and they need a little bit of work, but you don't often see that. And there's some other cars here that we'll see in a second that just makes this place a little bit special, I think. So I've had this car for a little while. We ended up bringing it over to the concourse here for safekeeping, and just to kind of keep it out of the elements and keep it in a safe spot that we can debut at the right moment. And I think that moment is going to be now. So enjoy the reveal. Alright, so yeah, this is it. These are a couple of the wheels from the red car. When you kind of move around here, you can obviously see that, you know, we've got the steelies on it still. Yeah, the red car officially is gone. It's being cut up and parted out, and whatever was left of it is basically going to be preserved and moved on to any other EFs out there to kind of like keep them all alive, I guess. We also did end up getting the motor back from Michael to get repaired. He killed it. Basically, he welded in this whole section here, and we put helicoils in all of these holes now, so amazing job. We're gonna go over a little bit of this car, what the plans are. Just gonna pop the hood here. So what we're looking at here is a built, or somewhat built, I guess, GSR motor. We bought this with Type R pistons and Type R cams in it. Supposedly made 200 to the wheels, which is cool. The cool thing about this is it's got the YS1 cable GSR transmission, which is kind of like the desirable one of all of the cable transmissions, really. It also has a Quaife LSD in it, which is cool as well. So we're going to keep with the LSD pattern that we've kind of been going with, I suppose, so far. Definitely a little bit of rough stuff kind of around the edges, like stuff like this. We've definitely got some work ahead of us to kind of like bring things a little bit, you know, up to the standard that the last car was at. But I can say confidently that this is going to be an amazing platform for us to kind of move forward with. I'm pretty happy with the purchase, and it was very difficult to find this car, especially in Ontario, Canada, because all of our cars here are usually rotted out. Quarter panels are usually toasted. This one's got original pinch welds. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see that. Also, we want to look inside here. I've already swapped in the interior from the last car. We've got the 89 SI seats. We've got the Nardi steering wheel, the Mugen shift knob, and the special edition / EF9 center console piece there. The best part about this car though so far is going to be what I'm looking at back here, and that'll be the rear seats. So the last car did not have rear seats. Everything was cut out for the rear seats, so I'm very excited to be able to have rear seats this time. It's going to make the car a lot more mature and reflect a bit more of my personal style rather than it being kind of hot boy. So I'm excited to dive into it, but I've already made some good progress with the interior and just the general vibe of this car. I'm really into it. I figure that we'll probably just talk to Ryan a little bit as well and kind of get his thoughts on the EF project, as well as talking about the concourse in general and talking about Feelgood and what he's about, and maybe some of the cars here too.
This was essentially where I launched Feelgood. It's essentially now that I've expanded and outgrown the shop at home. You've seen in the other videos the other shop that I have, so that's where the business is kind of gone. So this is more or less just turned into parking, I guess you could say. It's more or less where overflow goes, and certain projects kind of wait. I think we'll show some of the cars that are here already and some of the stuff that I've already been working on. And so this car here, 96 Midori, is owned by one of our good friends. This was essentially supposed to be, I don't know, the promotional car. This was supposed to be the concourse car. I don't know, I guess if that's the word that we're throwing around tonight. But yeah, this was a special car to myself and to the owner. A build like this just takes a lot of time and a lot of logistics. So I'm still plugging away at it. It's still at my house. It's still here. It's being worked on. I know a lot of people probably have seen this car and follow this car, but progress is still being made. I don't think it's as quick as what it was when we first started the project, but like I said, a level of quality that the owner is looking for definitely takes some time. These are two recent purchases. In the last episode, or actually I think earlier in this episode, you'll see two silver SEs that are at the other shop as well. So those 4 came as a package. What I was hoping to do was be commissioned by clients to essentially do a restoration on both of these chassis. The other 2 cars were kind of necessary to complete the overall package and what's required for these cars. With the age of these cars and being in Southern Ontario, they didn't really last. So, finding all the trim, finding all the moldings, finding all the little stuff is very difficult. Buying complete cars and taking what you need is the best approach to it. And since I've kind of launched Feelgood, initially I started doing a lot of the newer stuff, a lot of EKs, a lot of Integras, but then recently it seems like a lot of inquiries been coming from EF and CRXs. So it's definitely handy to have stuff on hand to try and restore these cars back to their former glory. So we'll see what happens. The car in the air has already been commissioned. So this is a special edition, whereas this car here is a 91 SI. It's got documented 42,000 kilometers. Would kind of be a cool resto mod, maybe do a B series. This car does have bronze glass as well. When you take the extra care to do stuff that you don't regularly see, it kind of speaks volumes about the stuff that you end up seeing. This is essentially the level that we're trying to work towards. I've become a big fan of doing zinc recently, so a lot of this car's got a lot of yellow zinc, and probably a lot of zinc that you're never actually going to see. We had everything done under the dash and all that sort of stuff, which to me is a cool touch. We do have a good relationship with a body shop close by, so he handled painting the bay and stuff for us, and I think it turned out great. So this car was shot in base clear because it has a metallic paint to it, so it's really hard to lay that in single stage like the Midori green car. So this car, we chose to keep the bay in base clear just so that it would have a better finish. But this is one that's in progress right now. So
okay, so that gives you a bit of a rundown as to Feelgood and the shop and kind of where the new EF is, I suppose. This is going to be version 2.0. 3.0? 3.0. If you know, you know, it's 3.0. Next few steps, I guess, we're gonna be still doing a bit of motor stuff. We're gonna have to pull the swap out of this guy. There's definitely gonna be a bunch of parts and stuff that I'm gonna have for sale coming up, just to kind of fund this, because it was a bit more money than I anticipated on spending, but it was kind of a necessary thing. So episode 4, I'm not sure what it's gonna be, but we're not done with this video series. There's going to be more to come, so hit the like button and drop a comment below. You know, what do you think of the new car? Do you like the Tahitian green? I think that the wheels look sick on the new car as is, so we're gonna need to get those refinished as well, which is gonna be another thing that we'll have to do. But so far, this is pretty tight. I'm super into it, so catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.